Hello and welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz
Review
So, we went to watch Wolfman.
Nice werewolf, good werewolf.
We did. Not the Wolfman, but Wolfman.
Interesting.
Yes. Not what I expected.
So, okay, for starters, promotion-wise for this film, essentially, there's been like the open comparison, obviously, to the original Wolfman, subsequent remakes and things, and personally, I don't understand why they're trying to push that connection, because in essence, they are basically completely different.
Yeah, I would say the only connection, if you could make a tenuous connection, is, and of course this is not a spoiler-free review, is that the young lad who we see at the beginning, his father has disappeared, obviously, and eventually is pronounced dead, and so that's why he goes back to the house. And of course, if you have, like, the Wolfman, you have the father and the son. In the modern
one
remake, so there is that tenuous link there.
Is it? I suppose it's basically the link is Universal Studios being a part of the making of this. They weren't entirely like in control of things because Blumhouse were doing the majority. It was probably like a co-production or something.
I mean, they do a fair job of it. The thing is, they went into this explanation at the beginning, which about the Native Americans and them calling this thing called wolf face and stuff. I don't think it really needed that. I think it just... I mean, like, if you go to the Anthony Hopkins, the Wolfman, doesn't he goes off to India and he gets bitten by a wolf boy or something, and then brings that curse, if you like, back to England. And I just feel that all they needed to have, a bit like with Dog Soldiers, where you have two people in a tent at the beginning and a werewolf unzips the tent. They talked about a hiker that's gone missing, and his father getting onto the radio saying, "I think I've seen him," you know, and they just needed to have a hiker get attacked by something, and then that hiker is then seen by the father, and you know that it's the hiker that is. But there's something in the forest.
Werewolf.
I'm kind of on the fence about this because, in essence, as a horror movie, it was really good. But
well, we had a guest with us, and she screamed several times through it, didn't she?
Yeah,
the jump scares for her were really good.
As a werewolf movie, perhaps less so.
Well, it was more...
because it was very reserved on the werewolfiness.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was more like a wolfman than a werewolf.
Yeah.
As in, I know it's difficult to really change the two, but if you think Universal's Wolfman is a man wearing clothes who becomes hairy and takes on the persona of the wolf with the teeth and stuff, whereas if you think of your classic werewolf, it is somebody who completely mutates into a full-bodied werewolf that walks on its hind legs, which are dog-shaped, not man legs, and it has an extended snout, which a wolfman doesn't particularly have. You know? So I think this was definitely Wolfman, and it obviously covered a kind of a... I don't know, we called it a disease. It must.
It's a highly infectious disease, wasn't it?
Because the thing is, it doesn't show in it any tropes towards the supernatural, like the full moon or that silver has any kind of effect on anything. They didn't go for anything. You just assume that somebody has been scratched, bitten, attacked, whatever, and it's passed on this kind of virus. Because let's face it, watching the trailer, I'd already seen most of the movie in the trailer, because you knew that they'd crashed a vehicle. You knew that they'd run to a house being chased by something. They'd managed to get in the house. The man had been injured in the escape from the vehicle, and the dad was then turning into a wolfman in the house while something else was outside the house. And you saw all that in the trailer. Which was basically the whole movie. But the movie was still a good little movie.
Yeah, yeah. I thought, okay, so just talking about things. Obviously, the dad's dad
Yep.
was eventually revealed to be the wolfman that was pursuing them the entire
Yes.
time. What happened to the one from being a kid?
Well, I assume that because when he was a kid, it got him trapped up in the hunter's, what do you call it? Hide, what we call in the UK, hide. And he had I like that effect because it was there and you could see the hot breath.
Yeah.
And then it went underneath and it came up behind them.
Yeah.
And the breath was behind them if you didn't notice it. And then it buggered off. Now, obviously, the father had gone out hunting for it. And that was his downfall. So who knows? Maybe he shot it, but in doing so got injured himself.
Yeah, because it only took a normal bullet to take, obviously, the dad down.
And, and then he went missing until it got to the point of where he was pronounced dead because they've not found him or a body. So but the virus itself, if we want to call it a virus, did take effect very quickly because it happened within the one night. Yeah. And the guy is growing new teeth, losing his teeth, growing new teeth, fingernails coming, claws coming out. So
you said a comment about like the effect where the vision had kind of
that was probably my favourite bit about it.
Freaky.
Was
almost hallucinogenic almost.
It was almost. I mean, you already had where he was starting to hear and it's something on the roof. We thought it was something on the roof. Yeah. And then when he goes up to the cupboard in the bedroom, there's a spider that's crawling up the wall. Yeah. Which is nothing unusual, but it was just so loud to him. So his senses are being jacked. They're going hypersensitive. And so when the camera did this swing round, which I really, really enjoyed, especially the barn sequence. Yeah. Yeah, he's in the barn and his wife and daughter were there and they're just looking at
basically the darkness.
And then it swings round and goes to his vision.
He's like right there.
And he's right in front of them. Their eyes are burning bright and everything. And it's just so, this is so cool. I really like that effect. I just think that when we first saw that effect, and I think he looks at the forest and the forest is all lit up. Yeah, yeah. It would have been nice just to maybe have a couple of extra eyes blinking back at him out of that.
I see what we mean.
Maybe to go back to your question about
where's the other one?
Where's the other one?
Yeah, it's like a reveal. By the way, there's more than one.
There's more than one, which would be a fun little twist.
Yeah. So.
I liked it as a little movie.
A moment.
I'm going to watch it again.
A moment.
Yep.
I wasn't particularly sure on was when they went on top of the greenhouse. I'm like, there's no way that would support them. Yeah. I found that a very odd decision for them. Let's climb up here.
Let's climb up onto the plastic greenhouse. I mean, as an adult, would you try doing that?
No.
No. I think that was just a director's kind of
decision for obviously the events that followed.
Yeah,
like slicing at it, and people falling through,
and the clips starting to pop. It was just put tension there.
I did find it very gnarly when he started biting through his own leg.
Yeah, he bit his own leg off, and he also tried eating his own arm at one point.
Yeah.
That just shows
that animalistic side, didn't it?
Yeah, the kind of the virus is just like blood.
Yeah.
Didn't obviously affect his arm though, particularly, did it? Even though it was like manky. But I don't know. Maybe with the werewolf tropes, a lot of the time you also get regeneration, don't you? With werewolves, that so perhaps he biting his foot off
would eventually grow back.
I don't know.
Didn't have enough time. This all went down in one night.
One night, and they did get to see the view at the end of the day. He had told them about how wonderful the view was from the farm. Yeah. And they did get to see it.
I think they're not. They're going to go back to the city. I think.
Yeah, I think they're going to go back and live in the city. I do think it's a good example of how you can do a movie with literally just a half dozen characters. Apart from the city scenes where you needed some background artists to populate the city scene. The rest of it, 5 people?
I think a really good horror movie not the top of my list of werewolf movies.
No. Good jump scares for the late.
Having sat on my viewing of it for a couple of days now, I think I am actually really looking forward to giving it a rewatch, and I think I'm going to have a much better viewing of it on a rewatch.
I think so
now
too.
that I've been able to digest it a bit.
I think so too. So definitely going to give it a rewatch. Shall we give it a score then?
Before that, just bringing up the promotion that had mixed response with that kind of, this is what the werewolf's going to look like. A lot of people were like...
Did people... I must have missed
a lot of people were like, that looks a bit crap.
Right.
But I think from what we saw in the movie, that promotion did do it a bit of an injustice, I think.
I didn't see any of that.
Because the promotion seemed very clean, very white werewolf, very hairy.
I didn't see any of it.
I feel like it was so drastically different that that kind of had almost like a negative effect on like the preview of the thing.
Yeah, I mean, this
and I'm
was,
like, I would have preferred not to have seen that.
I think when we got the long shot, the wide shots of them sort of a werewolf standing in the road and that, it just looked like
a dude.
A dude.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It was Wolfman, which is actually what it was called, rather than a werewolf.
Yeah, I think the best, most intimidating image of it really was when they saw it through the window screen of the car.
Yeah, briefly, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, when she turned the lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was good.
That was good. But there you go. So I'm going to score this one in as a fairly good movie.
Fairly good movie,
I'm going to give it a 6.
Ooh, okay. That's lower than I was expecting for you. Yeah.
Really?
I'm gonna go for a 7.
Okay. No, well, I didn't mean to do it an injustice by saying 6. It's above, just an average movie. It was above that, but it didn't knock didn't knock it out of the park for me.
I think 7.
On a reviewing, I might put that score up a bit.
True.
But I think I'll just come out 6.
For now.
But if you haven't seen it, go give it.
Go watch it. Actually, go watch it. Don't let the preview image of the werewolf dissuade you or anything. It was actually genuinely a good horror movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are gonna be big werewolf fans going into this that might not receive it as well as people who are generic horror fans.
Just think Wolfman rather than werewolf.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think that covers it. Yeah.
There you go.
If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews
you'd like to see. See you in the next one.